Hey guys, this is Ray with Phone Arena, doing a video comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Nexus and the Samsung Galaxy S2. Obviously, the Galaxy Nexus is the recently released smartphone which introduced the latest version of Android, Ice Cream Sandwich, and it's actually a pretty big deal right now in the land of Android. On the other hand, we have the oldie but goodie Galaxy S2, which since its launch in the first half of the year has been one of the most desired Android handsets. Now let's talk a little bit about the design of these handsets. Obviously they're quite different, and at the same time there are features that can be observed with both thanks to the characteristic design language of that Samsung uses. Now, in terms of dimensions, the Galaxy Nexus is obviously the bigger device. In terms of height, there's a noticeable difference, although when it comes to width or thickness, they are quite similar. An interesting thing here is that in its upper part, the Nexus is actually thinner, and in its bottom part, it's thicker than the Galaxy S2. But overall, the Galaxy S2 feels like the more compact device, which is to be expected with its smaller screen. Speaking of the screen, it's safe to say that this is one of the stronger points of the Galaxy Nexus, because it uses this HD Super AMOLED screen with an incredible resolution of 720 by 1280 pixels, which allows images and smaller fine details to be really crisp and clear on this display. Meanwhile, the Galaxy S2 has the Super AMOLED technology as well, but its resolution is 480 by 800 pixels, the good old wide VGA resolution, which unfortunately seems quite outdated compared to the HD resolution of the Galaxy Nexus. However, as we said, both devices have the Super AMOLED Plus technology, so you'll be enjoying very saturated colors and great contrast levels on both handsets, although the image quality will be much better on the Galaxy Nexus due to the higher resolution. When it comes to build quality, both devices are entirely made of plastic, which is a typical approach for Samsung, and so they do not feel very premium and very high-end. Thankfully, they do not feel cheap as well. However, we think that the Galaxy Nexus has a slight edge over the Galaxy S2, but the difference indeed is very small. Now let's talk a little bit about the software on these phones, because it's probably the most significant differentiating factor. Now, of course, with the Galaxy Nexus we have the Ice Cream Sandwich software, which is the latest version of Android, and with the Galaxy S2 we have Gingerbread, covered with the TouchWiz user interface. But even with this effort by Samsung to beautify the interface, it's obvious that the stock Ice Cream Sandwich software looks much better and more refined compared to what we have currently on the Galaxy S2. Of course, I said currently because the device is set to get an official update to Ice Cream Sandwich, but when this will happen remains to be seen. Until then, the Galaxy Nexus will have the better looking and more polished and much better organized operating system courtesy of Ice Cream Sandwich. Not only is Ice Cream Sandwich better looking compared to Gingerbread, it's actually more functional, as Google has updated some of its core applications like People and like email to feature some additional options and at the same time to look more streamlined. Messaging has also been improved, as well as the QWERTY keyboard itself. Typing on the landscape keyboard, for example, of the Galaxy Nexus, as we've said in our review, is actually one of the best experiences we've encountered ever, which is of course due to the bigger screen and to the redesign that Google has made to the keyboard. The web browser is one of the most important applications on every phone, and we're happy to say that Google has made big improvements in this department. So with Ice Cream Sandwich on the Galaxy Nexus, we actually have the smoother experience. It's interesting here, however, that the Galaxy S2 does have a single advantage in this respect, and it's found with its support for Adobe Flash, whereas this plugin is not yet optimized for use with Ice Cream Sandwich. So you don't get Flash on the Galaxy Nexus right now, but you will get it eventually. But overall, we found the browsing experience with the Galaxy Nexus to be more satisfying. As we know, the camera application in Ice Cream Sandwich has been updated to be extremely fast, but we actually found it to be very similar in terms of speed to what we have on the Galaxy S2. In terms of photo quality, and more specifically when it comes to color reproduction, there is a definite winner. In some situations the Galaxy Nexus performs better, and in others the Galaxy S2 manages to deliver the better looking results in terms of colors. The same goes for the details department, where both handsets perform equally good. The Galaxy Nexus, however, has a slight advantage when it comes to exposure. However, the situation is very different when we move indoors, where the Galaxy S2 performs much better. Its photos have less noise and more details, while its LED flash does very good work at illuminating objects, and on the other hand, the same is not true for the Galaxy Nexus, which has a terrible LED flash. Both handsets shoot 1080p video, but the Galaxy S2 fares much better because it manages to capture much more detail, and its video also seems to be more fluid. So if you're recording a lot of video with your phone, we'll definitely recommend the Galaxy S2. Both the Galaxy Nexus and the Galaxy S2 are above average when it comes to call quality, but they're not perfect either. Their earpieces are loud enough and let you experience some almost natural voices. On the other hand, their microphones are very loud, but also transmit your voice with a slightly more robotic sounding to it. As a whole, we think that the Samsung Galaxy Nexus is the better phone, being equipped with such features like an HD screen, a faster processor, and the latest version of the Android platform in Ice Cream Sandwich. All of this make it the undisputed king of Android phones right now. On the other hand, some aspects of the Galaxy S2 prevent it from successfully competing with the Nexus, and these are found with its wide VGA resolution screen and the old gingerbread platform. However, this handset has stayed on top and has been one of the best Android smartphones around ever since its launch in the first half of the year. And with an upcoming update to Ice Cream Sandwich, it seems like the Galaxy S2 is to keep this status for a while longer. Finally, if video recording is very important to you and you feel like using a slightly more compact handset, you'll be better off staying with the Galaxy S2 for now. In any other case, we would recommend that you get the Galaxy Nexus and enjoy the best that Android has to offer right here, right now. This was Ray with Phone Arena. For more details, check us out at phonearena.com.